Hello guys, Galax Games here. Also, I want to acknowledge something. Past day, last night, I gained a subscriber. I now have 22 subscribers, and I'm super happy. Thank you all. But today we're going to be reading a creepypasta story called Stiches. Please, this is not sponsored video. Why? That is not a sponsored video. But anyways, on with the story. Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm 17 years old, and I live in Mason City, Iowa. There's a myth that if you wandered out at midnight, Valerie will find you and kill you. You'll only know that she sees you when you hear her make a horrifying noise. It sounded like when you scratch a chalkboard, but quieter. Where were we? Ah, that's right, the story. It's October 26, 2018. I'm just hanging around with my friends. Hanging out with my friends. They were telling scary stories, one of them being about Valerie. My friend John was telling the story. I scooted out closer to Martel. He's my crush. He's a cutie. I turn on my phone and look at the time. It's 11:48. I say to my friends, guys, I think we should go now. What if Valerie comes? My friends look at me as if confused. Do you really think that Valerie exists? Mary says, trying to hold in laughter. I slowly nod. Everyone except me and Martel burst into laughter. Martel scoffs and says, ignore them, Chloe. I look at Martel and smile. Sometime later we go into the forest. I look at my phone again. It's 12:01, I say. It's 12:01. I hear a noise. I hear, guys, I'm gonna go home. Martel looks at me and says, let me take you. I nod. I hear a giggle on my left. I turn my head to the left. I see her. She had black hair that went down to her shoulders. Her mouth was completely stitched together, and at the right end of her top lip, a sewing needle hung from it. She was wearing what seemed to be like a tattered suit. I swear, she looked like she was only 20 or 30, but she's been around for more than 50 years. I blink. She disappeared. Sometime later, I get to my house where Martel tells me goodbye. He looks at me and says, can I say something? I nod. He continues, Chloe, I love you. I look at him and say, I love you too, Martel. He smiles. He lived right next door, so I could see him walking into his house. I instantly walk into the bathroom and look in the mirror. I look down and turn on the water. As soon as I turned on the water, I felt something cold rub against my neck. I stopped moving. I looked to the mirror. She was right behind me. She had a grim, wide smile on her face as she rubbed the sewing needle against my neck. She says in a demonic voice, don't worry, my dear. It'll only hurt a tiny bit. She moved her hand up quickly, getting ready to stab my neck. I cover myself and yell, help. I didn't feel anything hurt me. I look and see nobody there. I go back to brushing my teeth, but when I look in the mirror, I saw something horrific. My mouth was stitched together, but I put my hands on my mouth. Nothing was there. I sigh in relief. I finally finished brushing my teeth and went to my bedroom to sleep. I lay down in my bed. I feel something touch my leg. I look and see Martel. He says they allowed me to sleep over for the night. I smile and say, I'm so glad you're here. something crazy happened to me. I tell him the whole story. After I tell him, I say, Martel, am I gonna die? He says, not as long as I'm around. I close my eyes and fall asleep. The next morning I wake up, eat breakfast, eat breakfast. The TV was on the news, and it said something about a teenage kids disappearing. The only one missing was Mary. Everyone else was okay. I walked outside after getting dressed. Martel follows me. After 10 minutes of walking, we found her. Mary was dead, resting against a tree. Her mouth and eyes were stitched closed. I scream. Martel calls the police. Hours later, I lay home in my bed. Everyone else was away except for my dad. I hear a thud in the living room. I run into the room he was in. His eyes and mouth were stitched. I thought, who's next? My mom walks in through the front door. She says, what the heck happened here, Chloe? I reply, I don't know. I was just laying in my bed and I heard a thud. I ran in here and found, oh God, I think I'm gonna puke. I run into the bathroom and vomit into the toilet. I can't handle it anymore. I repeatedly say in my head, I'm next, I'm next, I'm next. I calm down by thinking about Martel. I go to my bed and lay salt around my bed so she can't get me. I lay in my bed feeling confident. Right before I fall asleep, I hear a noise, scratching of a chalkboard. I open my eyes. Sitting right on top of me, her sewing needle was pressed against my neck. She looks at me and says, hello, Chloe. I'm just going to carefully sew all those holes on your face. She slowly rubbed the needle against my neck. I don't remember much beyond that. I wake up in a hospital. I feel my mouth. It felt like there were tiny holes. Did she stitch my mouth closed? I hear the doctor say the operation was successful. We unstitched her mouth, nose, and eyes. I go pale hearing this. She did get me, but she didn't kill me. I ask a doctor nearby, how long have I been out? He looks at me and says, you're awake.